Hello, my name is Sara, and I am a victim of cybercrime. I want to share my story and bring awareness to this issue because it has affected my life greatly, and it will continue to affect my life. It all started about 3 months ago when I was walking to class. I had received a text message from an old friend from high school, and we started to catch up, and it was, I would say, a very lovely conversation until it hit rock bottom. So while talking and catching up, she sent me a link saying that it would redirect me to her Snapchat account. And honestly, I didn't think too much about it. I didn't give it too much thought. And I thought it would be a really nice opportunity to speak to her more often on Snapchat. So I did click it. After leaving class, I received a message from the same friend. That is when I realized my ignorance for not fully understanding her intention while talking to me. I realized that she somehow got hold of my personal photos, my messages between friends, and had hacked through all of my social media platforms. I can't begin to explain the worry and betrayal that I felt during that time, but she started to threaten me, saying that she would send it to all my contacts if I didn't pay a specific amount of money, which was $10,000. And as a student, I don't have that much money, so I felt alone, I felt worried, and my reputation would be destroyed if they were ever out. So during that time, I felt it was the best option to give in and to get the money. And that's what I did. I walked to the nearest ATM, I got the money, and I did send it. If I could go back and understand that I wasn't alone and that there's always help for me, I would.
Hello, my name is Sandeep Ravindran. I'm a senior product manager at Microsoft. I work in the Identity and Network Access Engineering division. One of the key things that I do in my role is to improve the security posture and the hygiene of my customers from a cybersecurity perspective, and advise them on how they would be able to advance in their cybersecurity strategy. Cybersecurity is one of the things that every individual and every enterprise organization should be really aware of. Cybersecurity is literally a framework. It involves technologies, processes, and people who can work together to make sure that the networks, the computers, and everything is actually operate in a very secure way. Internet is one of the platforms where fraudsters targets victims. The reason is there is so much of outburst in social media where you use applications like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and these are the places where people or the fraudsters look to target the people can be just a message, it can be an email, but at the end of the day they use this to harm people and take advantage from their weaker scenarios. If somebody is going through a cybersecurity crime or they are affected by a cybersecurity attack, the best thing that they can do is to reach out to the government authorities. We do have different channels in the country like UAE crime website, Dubai police safety website, Aman service from Abu Dhabi police are some of the channels that people can use in order to report if they are affected by a cyber crime. But rather than talking about, or rather than being reactive, let's try to be more proactive. Let's try to identify areas by which we can improve the security hygiene or security posture of an individual. This can be done through several ways, and one of the top ways that you can improve is by using stronger passwords. Stronger passwords need to be used because one of the still widely used vector from an attack perspective are attacks like password spray, and you need to make sure that your passwords are actually much stronger. I would even recommend that you move away from the passwords and you tend to use gestures or your facial recognition or your thumbprint in order to authenticate or in order to get into a specific device. Most importantly, using passwords is good, but you need to move away from the password. If you are still using passwords, use two-factor authentication. Like there are several companies who provides applications by which you can enable two-factor authentication for your accounts. So if you're using Instagram or if you're using Facebook or if you're using Amazon, tend to always make sure that you attach a two-factor authentication with this particular account. So even if somebody is actually trying to target your account, or even if somebody manages to break in your password, you still have an additional layer of security by which a dual-factor authentication or a two-factor authentication would prevent you. Last one, and most importantly, be very cautious on links that you click on social media. These can be phishing links or lure links, and many a time these are actually short links. The most important thing that you can do is if you hover your mouse, or if you bring your mouse over that particular link, you would actually see the real link which is actually taking you. This can be a fraud payment link or any other link which can actually get more details from you, and which can again lead to a cybercrime. So it is always good to make sure that you follow these guidelines when you are actually interacting on social media or internet, and at the end of the day, be safe and secure.